There are a lot of really strong Burst 2 characters in the game, and I also made a video previously going over all the strong Burst 1 characters. So in today's video, our main focus is on the Burst 2 characters, so going over all of the good ones that you guys should have on your account, and the characters that will essentially help you guys clear in late game, and also just overall best units in the game. So enjoy this video, stay tuned for more content on Nikke Goddess of Victory, and once again, if you guys want to show your support to the channel, then go ahead and like the video. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes in today's video. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the available Burst 2 characters in the entire game. So just like my previous video, the characters that I have leveled up are typically the best characters to use. Oh, Guilty is also pretty good. I haven't added her in my synchro just because I have limited space, as well as Diesel. Okay, I'll just talk about all the other ones as well. But most of the best Burst 2 characters are the ones that I've actually leveled up. I put them in my synchro because they are essentially the best ones to have. There is also a bunch of other good ones that I just didn't put in my synchro just for other reasons as well. Obviously synchro space is quite limited unless you want to go ahead and use your gems, but as you can see, I don't have that much gems and I don't really want to do that. Anyways, so yes, so first of all, as you can see, yeah, Red Hood also counts as a Burst 2 character, but he does not perform really that great for a Burst 2 because she taunts and she's a damage dealer. You don't want her taunting because she can essentially die. But hey, if you want to use that full burst rotation with Burst 1, Burst 2 and Burst 3 using Red Hood, you can do that. But I'm not going to include Red Hood in this selection. Now going over to Blanc, who is no doubt one of the best Burst 2 characters in the game. Now Blanc is a character you have to run with Noir, because if you don't, then you will see that Blanc's cooldown actually becomes 60 seconds, which you don't want. When she's paired with Noir, this cooldown goes all the way to 20 seconds, which is actually very good. Now what does she provide? She provides you guys with shield, has the ability to help you guys heal as well, and where is it? Has the ability to give you guys indomitability as well. What's called affect all enemies, so increased damage taken as well. This is great for overall dealing great damage. So able to recover HP, tanky, well not tanky, she has the shield which helps you guys a lot and allows you to deal extra damage to the enemy. This is all the making of a very strong character, and no doubt about it, a very strong waifu character over here. So definitely one of the best Burst 2 characters to have in your account. Now similar to Blanc, you also have another character like her, which is Naga. Naga is another character you probably want to pair well, you want to pair with Tia. Tia is a Burst 1 over here, and I made a separate video on the best Burst 1s, and I also included her. But and then with, like I mentioned, with Blanc, she needs to be paired well with Noir. Ruru doesn't really need to burst, you just want her for the rest of the skills over here. Anyways, going back to Naga, yeah, going back to Naga, where is she? There she is. So she's paired well with Tia, and essentially what she has, the ability to help you guys recover cover HP, which is actually very good. I actually like Naga more than Tia out of the schoolgirls. You know, I think Naga is just actually very good. My issue with Tia is that once her shield breaks, or her cover breaks, she's just about to get killed, which annoys me. But with her, she has a lot of really good skills with recovering cover HP, which is good. And then if you have shield, you basically increase damage dealt when attacking cores is increased, which a lot of people don't see is that strong. But if you're using characters like Red Hood, this is actually very strong. Skill 2 over here has the ability to increase damage dealt to a cause as well, and then recover HP as well. And then she also has a really good burst ability, to be honest. So gain pierce, once again, very strong for Red Hood, and also has the ability to, where is it? Actually no, I think Red Hood already has pierce, isn't it? Any characters that deal damage to cores, this pierce is going to be actually very strong. Anyways, affect all enemies or allies, sorry, increase attack as well based on caster's attack. So you definitely want to work on Naga and increase the overall attack, just so that your attack buff is actually quite good. And also has the ability to increase well, once again, another great buff for your allies as well if they have shield on them. So overall, very strong character as well. Now Senti, she is actually pretty good. The only issue I have with Senti, sorry about that, is the fact that she only has shield. Literally, all of the rest of the kits don't really matter. All she has is this shield. Now, her burst skill isn't that great as well. You don't need to focus on it. In fact, you don't even have to level any of her skills. Creates a shield equivalent to, yeah, you don't even have to worry about this. I don't know why I leveled this up. It was a terrible idea. If I have the reset skills, I would have reset this and just leave it at 4. The only one you really need to worry about is this one over here. Activates when hitting a target with full charge. So cooldown of skill 2 is actually decreased, which is actually good. So definitely skill 1 is very good. The burst skill don't really matter. So essentially just focus on skill 1. I haven't been using Senti, honestly, guys, because I feel like we've had a lot of really strong, sorry about the vibration, my phone is on my desk. We've had a lot of really strong burst 2 characters that have actually taken over Senti. Senti was definitely number 1 in like best burst 2s to use during the start of the game, but the fact that she only really has this shield is not well, it's affecting her position as being like the best burst 2. No, don't get me wrong, she's actually very, very strong, but a lot of characters, especially with Blanc that applies shield, also has way more like usability in terms of kits and stuff in her kit, whereas when it comes to Senti, she only has the shield. But don't get me wrong, it's actually pretty good. I haven't been using her recently though. That's what I've realized, because you want characters that overall just helps you deal with extra damage as well, and all she provides you guys with just shield. So her usability has gone down slightly. And then when it comes to Biscuit, Biscuit has actually become a lot better now. Well, I think she's actually one of the best burst 2 characters in the game as well, especially in PvP. Like if you're running a really good PvP team, Biscuit has to be included. Biscuit has the ability to, let me take a look at this. We don't care about crit rate, but she has the ability to recover HP based on final max HP, and she also has the ability to give invisibility or invisible for 5 seconds. Activates 2 times per battle. This is to defender ally, and recovers HP as well, and activates 2 times per battle. But this is fine for PvP. Not even fine, sorry, this is extremely good for PvP. Going over to a burst skill, affects 2 random ally units, so basically rebuild cover, which is good. Also increase attack of support allies as well. So yeah, she's actually pretty good in my opinion. I mainly use her in PvP, but you can also use her in PvE. The only thing is you definitely need a second burst 2 character, since her cooldown is 14 seconds. But she's more of a like supportive character, not like helping you guys deal damage, unless you have a support ally that actually does great damage. But she's actually pretty good. I actually do like Biscuit. She's actually surprisingly grown even stronger since the start of the game. Well, since she was introduced in the game. We have Miracle Fairy. No, I don't really like her. She's only good in PvP, literally, and sometimes you might need the revive, but most of the time you don't need the revive. So honestly, I don't like her. When it comes to Noah, she's also pretty good for PvP. Especially with her burst skill having invulnerable for 3 seconds to all allies. Taunt is pretty good as well. Damage taken, reducing damage taken to all your allies is actually pretty good as well. Novel is actually only really used against bosses, because as you can see at the bottom, you basically increase the damage the enemy takes. What else? And you also decrease the defense, but that doesn't really matter. So essentially her burst skills all you would use her for. But yeah, against bosses, without ads, I think this is very, very strong. Yeah, affects 1 enemy. So yeah, if the bosses doesn't deploy any like little minions, then this is actually very, very strong. And then we have character Marciana, which is actually pretty recent character that's actually pretty strong, especially with solo raid and union raid, especially solo raid when you need like characters that help you survive. Marciana is definitely a character you want to use, especially when she has a 20-second cooldown as well. I haven't built her up too much, but honestly she's definitely going to be my priority to build in the future as well, because I want to make sure she's even tankier. So I'm going to work on her gears. Does she scale off her? Yeah, she scales off her own HP and stuff like that. So I definitely need to work on her. Caster's defense as well. I don't really care for defense. It's just the healing that she provides that I want. And when it comes to Rippy, she's actually pretty good, but she's definitely reduced in usability. But increasing stat counts of buff, I think this is going to be very, very strong in the future. Right now it is strong, but in the future this might have the potential to be absolutely broken in the game. Crit rate don't matter. Manage so attack stack. This is very, very good, helping you guys by helping you guys provide attack buffs. Attack buff as well, as you can see. So yeah, great supporter. She is a 20-second cooldown as well, so if you need some really good burst 2 character, Definitely she has fallen off, but since she was at the start of the game, it's understandable. But she's actually very, very strong. Dollar as well, pretty strong, especially like any character. I've mentioned this in my last video. Any character with this reduction of cooldown of burst skill, any of these characters always are very, very strong because they allow you to have uninterrupted boss with burst, which is actually very, very strong. This is amazing skill. Also, as you can see, help with attack buff, crit buff. Well, we don't really care about that, so just attack buff and then reduction of cooldown. And also, as you can see, the attack buff on the top as well. You don't really want her to burst, but she's a 20-second character, so hey, she has to burst. She's a very, very strong character, guys. I haven't, as you can see, I put her back in the synchro, good. I haven't really like invested into her, but I definitely will need to do that in the future. Helm, very, very strong character again, sorry, if you take a look at this, cooldown of burst skill, extremely strong. She actually does decent damage as well. She also increases damage taken as well, especially if she's going against electric cold characters. She's actually very, very strong, very strong. So very, very nice character in my opinion. She is a limited character, so you can't get her now unless you unless the next time the summer event comes out or summer banner comes out. You can't get her now. Mass as well is also pretty good. If you guys have Scarlet, like the first ever Scarlet in the game, I've heard she works extremely well. Because I don't have Scarlet, I can't actually test that out, but she's actually a pretty good burst 2 character as well. Lionelista is the only burst 2 Pilgrim character with 20 seconds. At the same time, I don't think it's worth building, especially when it comes to like Pilgrim characters. If you want to build a good Pilgrim, like straight up mono Pilgrim team for the Pilgrim Tower, you don't need Nihilista, honestly, or you just need Noir. But obviously Noir, if you don't have Noir, then Nihilista is the only option. But if you have Noir, literally no need for Nihilista, even though Noir, yes, has a 40-second cooldown. It doesn't really matter, especially if you're running her with Red Hood plus 3 other burst 3s. It's fine, honestly. So I don't like Nihilista, I don't recommend. Now Polly is actually very, very good. The only issue I have with Polly is like it's 40 seconds, which affects her slightly, but she's actually a very, very strong burst 2 character. I don't use her, but I do think her use, there is a use for her as well. The only issue is then you have to run 2 burst 2s, which sometimes you don't really want to do unless there's a burst 2 that does insane damage. So maybe in the future we get a Pilgrim character that's a burst 2 that does insane amount of damage and whatnot. Viper is also pretty good because she's a she helps buff you guys a little bit. Well, she buffs you guys, and she's also 20 seconds, so she's actually quite useful as well. If you guys are looking for a 20-second burst 2, I definitely would recommend Viper over here. Makima only really good in PvP, or you want to cheese train, but even then I think there's actually better characters to use. I don't use her, but I've seen people use her for bosses, solo raid, but I don't think she's that like, or put her in the synchro type of character. Guilty, like I mentioned, she scales extremely well. The only thing she has is damage though. So as a burst 2, you typically want other stuff besides damage. So that's the only real issue with her. Well, yeah, as you can see, if you have wind code allies, yeah, she does buff, but it's, yeah, she's just there for damage, and she scales off your other attackers as well, which is actually very, very good. In the future, she might just remain like a pretty good character moving forward. She's free as well, guys. Uni, I don't really use. I don't think it's worth using her. Diesel is actually pretty good for PvP as well. She does have really tanky ability, so it is what it is. Admin, I don't use her, but yeah, nah, she does have good abilities, but she isn't really a top tier burst 2. Signal, not really a top tier burst 2, yeah. And I think that is pretty much it. Is there any, I think I might be missing some burst 2 characters actually. I used to have all the characters in the game, but recent luck has shown me, oh, I don't have Quincy. She's not top tier burst 2. Leona, not a top tier burst 2, but based on like future sight, if you get what I mean, there might be a use case for her actually. But besides that, yeah, I've gone over all the best burst 2 characters in the game. Sorry that this video is taking too long, I do apologize. Anyway, stay tuned for more content on Nikkei Goddess of Victory. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.